Good morning, traders. Richard here doing a quick Ichimoku cloud chart market review of the Xetra Dax Index. Now, in the last update, we were fighting this resistance zone, this 15.523 top end of the cloud chart shadow, and that resistance was tested, and we broke past that zone, only to run into trouble at these old resistance zones between 15.654 and 15.706. Market then made a reversal, and that completes this relief rally that started with this rebound here at 14.866, gap up there, broke through the cloud, managed to rebound from the top end of the cloud, and then continues to break through these various resistance zones: 15.333, 15.428, 15.523, and then it ran into trouble at these old cluster of old cloud chart resistance zones there at the top end, these old highs. Now, at this point, by the time the DAX got to this 15.700 zone, it was well extended from the top end of this cloud chart. We look at the distance between the cloud and the price action, and then expected some form of a consolidation. Now, it's currently today testing this 15.523 for potential support. If support fails at that zone, we're going to test the front end of the cloud here, roughly at 15.453 as well as 15.428. These are the downside risk targets now in this current consolidation. So we do expect some form of consolidation. If we look at this entire move, a 30 to 40% correction would bring us roughly back down to the top end of the cloud chart support zone. So that's the downside risk in the DAX on the 4 hour. If we jump through to the daily Ichimoku, let's get that. Unfortunately, a lot of lines there because I keep them on the chart here, but we can see we ran into trouble this 15.706 old resistance zone, and that's a major resistance zone here as well of February 2023. These highs there. But so far, so on the daily, the downside consolidation risk is this cluster of support here at the top end of the cloud. So 15.370 and 15.428 is the downside risk targets on the daily Ichimoku cloud. But what we're looking for on the 4 hour here is that some form of a consolidation back to the front end of the cloud, and then a continuation of a rebound at that point in time. Also, when the DAX comes back to retest these levels, we'll get the standard line catching up, and by that time the standard line should flatten out here at 15.370, and that's another potential support zone. But so far, fantastic rebound rally, now running into really significant resistance on the 4 hour chart, so there's significant consolidation risk of this entire move back down to the top end of the front end of the cloud. Keep an eye on those figures: 15.523, 14.428 is this cloud chart support zone now, and the front end of the cloud, and then the 15.333 is the bottom end cloud chart support zone, and by that time the standard line would have caught up with that. One thing to note, to bear in mind, is that the DAX has gapped up here, and we do expect that gap to close, so this consolidation can last as long as that gap's open, and by the time that gap's closed, then it would be back down at these key support zones. So keep an eye on that gap to be closed in the DAX. Might happen in the next couple of weeks, but critical week ahead with a potential downside consolidation risk on the 4 hour Ichimoku cloud. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.